Hello, all you Disney and Frozen lovers out there. I am the one, the only, the Disney enthusiast and citizen of Life Matthew Avery, and welcome to my first video of 2021, and welcome to 2021. This video I'm dubbing The Return of Me. Now, this video is going to be a review video, and we're turning back the clocks, baby. What do I mean? Well, I am reviewing games from the past. Kingdom Hearts games from the past. I bring to you my review of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8. Now, to remind you, when I played Kingdom Hearts 3, I had no knowledge of this past story. So, I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 with a total blind eye. So, I couldn't play the Kingdom Hearts games because the past Kingdom Hearts games because they were all only PlayStation compatible. Then they made it Xbox compatible, so I downloaded it digitally, all those games, in the past. So I played them and got a complete understanding of the story. One thing I gotta comment on is all the amazing music. All the music in the Kingdom Hearts games are so beautiful. Utada Hikaru, or Hikaru Utada, I hope I pronounced her name right, sang all those amazing songs. Simple and clean, don't think twice, Sanctuary, I'm gonna make sure I get all the songs. Face My Fears, simple and clean. All the songs were beautiful. And the music in all the worlds were beautiful. Now the gameplays in all the games. The gameplays in those games were, honestly, back in 2002, all those games were probably ahead of their time when it comes to combat. And in the world searching, yeah, the world's now some people will say, hey, there's not much to look at in this world. Back in 2002, for the first Kingdom Hearts game, back in 2002, people would be like, oh my god, there's so much to look through here. And these games, and honestly, the gameplay was amazing. And I did learn a fun fact. You know how in the Kingdom Hearts games there's that always challenging critical mode? Fun fact, in the first two Kingdom Hearts games, the hardest mode in those two games was Proud mode. And critical mode wasn't established in a Kingdom Hearts game till Kingdom Hearts 2, which is a game I'm actually currently playing for the second time, and I'm actually having twice as much fun. And I want to say the hard. And then there's 358 by 2 days. That, I know it's a game. Here's the thing. I didn't play the game because it's only for DS. You know the Nintendo DS where it's like it's a better version, but basically knocked the Game Boy Advance out of existence. Basically, 358 by 2 days was basically a movie where we got to learn within the organization of Roxas, Axel, and Xion. And honestly, I fall in love with Xion as much as I fell in love with Kairi. Even though Kairi is basically has Kairi snatched. In a good way. But honestly, the hardest game I had to say that I played in the first, in 1.5 and 2.5, the hardest one had to be Rechain of Memories. The first time I played it, I had a hard time understanding the controls. Because the controls, when you combat someone, like an enemy, say, who should I use as an example? Vexen. When you battle an enemy, your attack depended on if you got the higher card. I kept swinging rapidly and I lost all my cards quickly. But eventually I got the hang of it and I beat the game. Both on Sora and Riku's side. But all the games were fun. What was my favorite game? Ooh, that's a tough one. If I had a favorite game in the series, Nate. Not now, Nate. Sorry. Anyway, by the time I got through all the games, I was left in awe because the playthroughs were all amazing. The graphics were ahead of their time. So, my favorite game, all of them. I have to say all of them were my favorite game. All of them were my favorite. I can't choose just one because they all had amazing graphics. And in the first game, we got to play with Tarzan, Peter Pan. What else did we get to play? We didn't get to play as Hercules. What else did we get to play as? We got to be Alice. We got to be all the original princesses in Birth by Sleep. Like Snow White, Aurora, Cinderella. All amazing playthroughs. Now, Birth by Sleep, that was a game I was looking forward to the most because I had no knowledge of three Mr. Keyblade rulers, Aqua, Ventus, and Terra. Favorite character, by the way, has to be... I like them all. But I did the stories in order. Terra, Ven, and Aqua. I enjoyed playing as all of them. In Birth by Sleep, they had a little board game where they allowed you to play in a game. They allowed you to play in a board game to boost your abilities. That was amazing. And I loved playing like Kingdom Hearts games from the past because it makes me feel like a kid again. You know, I didn't get to play those games when I was shorter than when I'm not this tall. Basically, when I was little. Basically, my overall review of all these Kingdom Hearts games. They're amazing, baby. I love them. To the world and back. Anyway, I'll be back and I'll give you my review of 2.8. This just popped in my mind right after I finished recording. So I'm adding this on right now. There's actually two reasons why I loved Kingdom Hearts 2. I actually told you the first... Well, actually, this is the two other reasons. For the first reason, it's Twilight Town. And then the second reason is the 100-acre wood. In Kingdom Hearts 3, there was not much to look at in Twilight Town. You just walked around a short amount of Twilight Town and you went into this, I think it is a subway of some kind, abandoned subway of some kind. You went to the old mansion and you couldn't even roam through the old mansion. You just went to the old mansion, did a scene, that's it. Then you went to go see Scrooge, help him with his bistro. That's basically it for Twilight Town. Are you serious? That's it? 100-acre wood, I understand some people were really upset, really complaining about 100-acre wood in Kingdom Hearts 3 because basically it was repeating. It's like one of those games that could be on a mobile phone, where you match the fruit to other fruits and collect those fruits and all that jazz. Honestly, I was like, alright, I guess I'll have fun with this, I guess. Anyway, in Kingdom Hearts 2, Twilight Town was way more roamable. When I say roamable, I probably made that word up. Basically, you could walk around. Basically, there was more to look out. There was basically more to look at in the Kingdom Hearts 2 Twilight Town. Like you could walk around Twilight Town and go to the Sandlot. You could go check out. You could actually go check out the. Basically, I'm saying this. In the Kingdom Hearts 2 Twilight Town, there was more to look at. You could go to the Sandlot. You could actually struggle, which I learned is basically these things where you take these. I'm guessing they're made of foam. These foam weapons, and you collect orbs. Whoever gets the most amount of orbs wins. And you actually go into an area where you could find out the 7 wonders, which honestly were just basically gags. Like, oh, there's a ball. Like, oh, there's like a different amount of stairs, which end up being one of the members of Cyber's gang miscounting, and a reflection looking like a ghost, a jumping bag of garbage being a dog. But that was amazing. We even got to experience playing as Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 2 Twilight Town, in Data Twilight Town. Like, I had countless fun playing as Roxas. And it was just, wow, we get to actually play as Roxas. And there's a lot more to look at. And we actually got to go, best part is we actually got to go in and roam around the old mansion. Like, we got to roam, in Kingdom Hearts 3, we couldn't even do that, we just went to in for a scene. In Kingdom Hearts 2, we actually got to walk around the old mansion. Check out the white room that Namané was in. And basically that's the best part. You got to actually be in the old mansion, and you got to be literally see anything. You actually got to see more of Twilight Town, and you got to see the inside of the old mansion in Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 3 they didn't even do that. They just made it look like it was nothing. So it's like, oh, everybody they're probably guessing, oh, people probably played Kingdom Hearts 2, probably know what the old mansion looks like. You know what? We're not going to let them play in the old mansion. And in 100 Acre Wood, they actually had storyboards where you had to find the torn pages, put them in together, and you had to help Pooh regain his memory of his friends, and had to help Pooh regain his memory of Sora. The Kingdom Hearts 3 was a major downgrade. Kingdom Hearts 2 provided more. We actually got to we actually got to do fun mini games that weren't repeating. There was a new mini game. So basically, the biggest plus of Kingdom Hearts 2 was Twilight Town and the 100 Acre Wood. Now on 2.8, it's just 3 games: Dream Drop Distance, 2.8 a Fragmentary Passage, and 1 on the Lost Keyblade Masters. Not the Lost Keyblade Masters. The Lost Masters. Dream Drop Distance, this game was probably the least popular out of the games because of gameplay, and because they had this thing called the drop meter where basically once the drop meter was going down, you had to jump to either Sora or Riku depending on who you were playing. There was one instance where I was battling a boss and my dream meter battling a boss as Riku, and my drop meter was so low I was hoping that the boss didn't crawl onto the other roof. Luckily for me, I was able to get some of the final blows to beat that enemy. Now, I don't like Dream Drop Distance. Just don't like the Dream Drop Meter. And I think some of the worlds were amazing. We got to play in Hunchback of Notre Dame. We got to play in Tron's World, an updated version of Tron's World. By the way, Tron's World in Kingdom Hearts 2, wow, that was amazing. Playing with Tron. Playing in a movie, playing with a character from a movie from the 80s that was probably ahead of its time. Graphics ahead of its time. Anyway, I think it's point 2 of Fragmentary Passage. That game I honestly thought was going to be a short movie. The way it looked like it was going to be a short movie, but actually it was a little sneak peek into what to expect in Kingdom Hearts 3. We got to play as Aqua when she was trapped in the realm of darkness. And she actually joined up with Mickey. Then she ended up realizing, I learned a valuable lesson. How the Keyblade got on the beach in Kingdom Hearts 3. And how Riku got his new attire, how his new gear. And basically we got a sneak peek. Point two basically was a sneak peek into the next game. But I enjoyed playing as Aqua. Fun fact, Point 2 is actually the only game where I did not die once in the entire playthrough. Because in all the other games, I would probably die like a few hundred times probably. And Point 2 is the only one where I didn't die. Well, didn't get knocked out, I should say. What about the Lost Masters? We learned about the Lost Masters. Basically, we already knew Zigbar was their master. And we knew him as in Birth by Sleep. We know how he got that slash on his eye and why he's wearing an eye patch because Terra used darkness to take out his eye and scratch his other eye. Amazing that was another movie. Overall, I enjoyed all the games. I could play them all day. But anyway, thank you folks for joining this review of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8. I apologize for it being so long. Plus, I'm trying to get into the groove of doing YouTube videos again because last year there wasn't much to talk about since coronavirus really put everything on lockdown. Okay, I'm getting into the groove of things. I know I was stuttering a lot. But thank you folks for joining me. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. And go check out my other videos. And remember to keep calm and keep Disneying on. For all you Disney lovers, for all you Frozen lovers, for all you lovers of Kingdom Hearts, I'm the Disney enthusiast, Citizen and Rapper like Matthew Avery. I'll see you folks in the next episode.